So I know a lot of you must be worried if you are getting a pop-up like action required in your YouTube Creator Studio. Yes, that is because you might not have filled up the US tax info, which is mandatory for every YouTube creator who is having their channel monetized. So if you are ready to get your first payment and your AdSense account is on hold or it is showing as action required, then it's time for you to fill up the US tax info as soon as possible so that you receive your first payment as soon as you reach your threshold. Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'll be giving you a detailed step-by-step information on how to fill up the US tax info in Google AdSense account, and also along with it, how to get it approved as soon as you submit your US tax info. So keep watching this video till the end and do not miss any step throughout the video. So as soon as you open your Google AdSense account, so in the payments section, you will get a subsection called as payments info, where you can see an action required is being popped up at the top of your screen. So there's something to check in your AdSense for YouTube payments account. You can see a red pop-up where it's written as, to make sure your payment is included in the next payment cycle, please provide your tax information. This will take a few minutes. And beside that, you can see an update button. So just click on the update button, and as soon as you click there, you will be navigated to the manage tax info page. And there is an informative message where it's written as, submit a tax form as soon as possible. So Google may need to withhold up to 30% of your payouts or hold payouts completely until your tax form is approved. So mind you, even if you submit and it's not approved, so your payment will be on hold. And after that, it's mentioned as Google has a responsibility under the US Internal Revenue Code to withhold and report taxes. So just below that, you can see a button, a blue colored button where it's written as add tax info. So just click on that. So as soon as you click on add tax info, so there is an overlay which is popped up. So there are a few points before starting the tax info form. So just read down those 4 points and click on start form. And as soon as you click there, so you will be navigated to a payments info page where you have to start filling up the US tax info form. So first things first, so United States tax info. So right there, the first point, it's mentioned what type of account is your name. So it's an individual or it's a non-individual entity. So select individual and then click on next. So once you click on next, the second question is very simple. Are you a citizen or resident of the United States? So your answer will be a definite no. Select no and then click on next. And once you click on next, so you will be given an option to select the type of form which you want to submit. So as you can see on the screen, so it's mentioned as select W8 tax form type. So based on your previously selected answers, a W8 form is needed. So the first form is W8BEN. So this form is most commonly used by non-US individuals and would also be used to claim tax treaty benefits. So just select the W8BEN and click on the Start W8BEN form button. So after that, you can see the first point here, it's written as tax identity. So name of individual who is the beneficial owner, so you have to give your own name. And remember, this name should match with your PAN card details, because you will be needing to fill up your PAN details as well going forward. After that, the second point is optional, and the third is country or region of citizenship. So since I'm from India, so I'll be selecting India from the drop down list. And after that, you can see a section as taxpayer identification number, and under that there are two options. One is foreign TIN and the second one is USITIN or SSN number. So both are optionals, but you have to give your PAN card number in the foreign TIN field. So just enter your PAN card details over there, and remember not to make any mistake while entering your PAN card details in the foreign TIN field. And once that's done, click on next, and all the details which you have entered will be pre-populated like this as shown in the screen here. And after that comes the address part. So permanent residence address. So remember guys, before this step, you must have completed your address verification before coming to this step. So whatever address you had given previously to verify your mailing address, so make sure you enter the exact same address so that your form gets approved very fast. So enter all the details correctly, click on the checkbox there, and once you scroll down, check the checkbox with mailing addresses same as permanent residence address. So once that is also checked, then click on the next button. So guys, until now, whatever you have filled, so everything was same like the previous years. From 2024, Google AdSense and YouTube have given slight tweaks in the US tax form. Now coming to the third point, it's tax treaty. So in tax treaty, you can see there is a message information where it's written as India and the US have a tax treaty. So there is a tax treaty. So for Indian citizens, there is a reduced tax rate. So you have to pay a less amount of tax compared to some other countries. So the first point, are you claiming a reduced rate of withholding under a tax treaty? First option is no, second option is yes. So just select yes, and just below that, you have to check the checkbox where it's mentioned as resident of the following country within the meaning of the income tax treaty between the United States and that country. So from the drop down, select India, since I am here in India, but you should select your own country as applicable. And after that, below you can see there are special rates and conditions. So the first condition is services such as AdSense. So just check the checkbox, and there you get an option for article and paragraph. So just you can see on my screen, I have selected from the drop down article 7 and paragraph 1. So just select that, and for the withholding rate, select 0% reduced treaty rate. And below that, there is a consent. You have to check the checkbox, reason your beneficiary name meets the terms of the treaty article. Once that is done, then just move ahead to the second one is motion picture and TV royalties. So under that, just check the checkbox, and once you check the checkbox, so select article 12 and paragraph 2A Roman 2. So you can see on my screen I have selected that, and along with that I have selected the withholding rate 15% reduced treaty rate. And just below that, again the consent, you have to check the checkbox, and so that's done for motion pictures and TV royalties. And the third one is for other copyright royalties such as Play and YouTube partner program. So similarly, check the checkbox, and you get again two options, article and paragraph. So select article 12 and paragraph 2A Roman 2, and for the withholding rate, you have to select 15% reduced treaty rate. And just below that, once again, check the checkbox and then click on next. So all the details which you have selected earlier gets pre-populated under tax treaty. And now we move on to number 4, that is activities and services performed in the United States. So has the individual identified in the tax identity section performed any activities and services for Google within the US? So yes or no. So just select no, and then just below that there is a consent checkbox. So just check the checkbox, I certify that the services provided to Google or its affiliates will be performed solely outside the US, and that any labor or capital used to provide such service will be physically located outside the US. So just check the checkbox and click on next. So the fifth point is tax reporting. So you can see on my screen US tax document delivery preferences forms such as 1099K, 1099 MISC. So there are two options, either to go paperless or get the documents by mail. So physical documents is a big burden, so it's recommended to go for paperless. So just select paperless, then after that you get a paperless delivery agreement. Just scroll through the delivery agreement and there is a checkbox. So just check the consent, I accept the paperless delivery agreement, and click on the next button. These informative videos are exclusively for all my viewers out there in my YouTube family. So yes, if you are into my channel for the very first time, then do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon, because I'll be bringing some more amazing and informative videos in the near future. Now coming to point number 6, where you can preview your document. So you can see all the 4 tax forms which you have submitted in a PDF format. So you can just click on the links and all the PDFs will get downloaded easily in your local machine. So you can keep those PDF files for your reference in the near future. And after that there is a consent checkbox. You can check the checkbox, I confirm that I have reviewed the generated tax documents to the best of my knowledge and believe they are true, correct and complete. So after that just click on next, and then the 7th point comes is certify and sign. So as you can see on my screen, so there it's mentioned as tax form certification, and under that you can see a consent checkbox where it's mentioned as under penalties of perjury, I declare that. So there is a huge paragraph with 5 points that you have examined all the information which you have submitted on this form are true to the best of your knowledge, and so you have to select that checkbox. And after that, if you scroll down a bit, so you get another section where it's mentioned as Unchain Status affidavit. So this is basically all the information, the PAN card details, the mailing address, the delivery address. So everything is perfectly correct. So you have to check the checkbox. So you have to give the year from where your documents are valid. So from that year till present, your documents should be valid, and you can scroll down a bit. So there it's mentioned as your signature. I acknowledge that I am signing the tax form above and accompanying affidavit of Unchain Status under penalties of perjury. So do you confirm you are the beneficial owner named in the tax identity section of the tax form? Beneficial owner name, so your name will be mentioned over there, and just select the radio button. Yes, I am the beneficial owner named in the tax identity section. And just below that you can see a grayed out field where the full legal name is mentioned, which you had entered at the starting of the US tax form. So that's it, everything's done. Just click on the submit button. So once you click on the submit button, then the verification process will start in the background and the spinner will be loading. Sometimes it gets approved very fast, sometimes it takes a couple of minutes. So hold your breath, be patient, and do not press any back button or browser back button or close the window. Just stay on the screen until you get this payments info page where it's mentioned as your tax info has been accepted. And just below that you can see, like I have shared in my screen, that form W8BEN, the status has been approved. And after this, if you go to the Google AdSense homepage, then click on payments, click on payments info. So now you can see the red colored pop-up which you were seeing earlier, that is gone, and instead of that you can see you are getting a message which informs you that your tax info for United States has been accepted. So without much fuss and hassle, I have given you a complete detailed step-by-step guide on how to fill up the latest US tax info form in Google AdSense account. And yes, this is very important because without this, your channel, even if it is monetized, you won't be getting paid, or a part of your payment will be on hold just because this simple US tax form is not submitted. And more importantly, you can see that it gets approved in a lightning fast speed. I hope you have found this video quite informative. If yes, then you can share this with your friends, with other creators who are stuck with this US tax info submission. That's it for now. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.